You haven't watched the Fallout TV show yet, have you, Alton?
The Fallout TV show? No, I
Uh,
haven't yet.
yeah. Okay,
Also,
I'm
I
just making
just
sure because I'm working on a spoiler warning thing, but I'll it's not like fully done yet, but I didn't think we need it this week, so
okay. Also, I'm gonna have to give
because
you a new link because I forgot that my thing crashed and I had to start up a new one.
okay, yeah, no problem.
But, application window. Yeah, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
And oh wait,
I have some. I to be fair, I kind of say this every week because if I wasn't interested and or thought it would be good topics, I wouldn't
Oh,
bring them.
okay.
But like, I think I got some pretty funny ones. Some more experiences instead of articles. Well, it's a bit of both today,
I
but
mean, that's how it should be. It should be a mixture of like us like
yeah,
sharing stuff we like or stories we find interesting and maybe sharing our
yeah.
own thing. Let me go ahead and all right, I did. Yeah, pretty sure people can hear us, but it's
Hmm.
fine. It's totally fine. Wait, what am I hearing in the background? Do I have audio playing?
I don't think it's me, so it's not me.
Okay, no, we're fine. I'm just going crazy, that's all.
That is known.
Testing. Cool, no. Okay, cool. I thought it was me. I thought I was going insane, but no, I guess not. I'm fine. Totally fine. Oh wait. This is not music fit for a podcast. More music when I'm chilling. Okay, I should have everything set up. I just sent you the link. My arm for some reason is crossing my
Yep, I'm
right
good.
okay.
Yeah, so when I finish the spoiler graphic, I'll send it to you if you want it.
Sure thing.
It's just text, but
It
yeah.
helps. Whatever helps. Oh, I need to see that video later. Okay, I need to catch that later because that looks like it'll be funny. Uh. Oh, no. Don't play that. Don't play that. Don't play that either. There we go. Yeah, you know what, that works. Just music. That kind of music is sure, yeah. I'm glad I find these weird ass playlists. I have found
Yeah.
what is essentially called Swamp Tendo. 2+ hours of Nintendo Swamp music. I'm going to get
Huh.
DMCA'd.
I was about to say.
They won't. They'll never know. They'll never know. Oh wait, that's a Legend of Zelda. They'll know. Never mind.
I was about to say.
Let's see. Is there anything? Is there anything? Nervous sweat. Oh god, they'll know. They'll know. Okay, there we go.
They always know. Their lawyers are at the ready, literally as we
Like
speak.
one day, like the podcast takes off. It's like has tons and tons of views. Like we get a DMCA from a video from years past or something. Well, not on yours. Just me. I'm like, what the
It
fuck?
wouldn't
What
be
did
on
I?
my end.
Yeah, I know. You'd be safe. They'd be like, what we.
How'd they even find yours?
That's the thing. They shouldn't.
Because yours is on Twitch, so it'd be
Yeah,
deleted by then.
those Nintendo ninjas, man. They're ruthless.
They are pretty ruthless.
Okay, so I think I've got mostly everything. I will eat it. There we go.
Is there a way for me to just hide your cursor? I don't think there is there?
No, that's just me having to not have my cur. Hold on, let me move. Okay, tell me something. I'm moving right now, moving left and right.
Yeah,
Do you see me still
you're
moving?
moving.
Okay, cool. I basically moved
Yeah,
my screen to the farthest reaches of my screen without it
yeah,
having to maximize. Or without it, like, auto-maximizing. Okay, so,
yeah.
yeah, it should be good now. Unless, like,
Okay,
right
yeah.
here, you should see the mouse, like, at the like, the left side of the screen. The very left. Unless you
I
close it.
I have your edges and like I have the edges and bottom and
Minimize.
tops like
Cropped.
cut off,
Okay.
cropped, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of your like what's it called? Like the stream view virtual avatar thing at the top of your screen,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like
I get you
the
that.
bar. So I have that. And I just did the sides too, just in case.
No, that works perfectly fine because it basically blocks also my mouse, so you're fine.
Yeah.
At least when I try to pull the screen back over.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. See, we fixed that problem. See, teamwork or something like that. I don't know.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Oh, I see it. I see
Yeah,
it. It's right there.
I can still see the cursor there. Yeah.
Yeah, at the very. That's as far. That is the extent of how far my mouse can go, and that's only if I move my mouse all the way to the right side of my screen, which I will barely do. All right then.
Interesting. That's your right side, but that's my left side of you.
You
Interesting.
flipped my screen. I can't believe you. How could you?
It's just how I hey look, everything is default. I don't change set. I do as little setting changes as possible, just because. The more things I have to change, the more things that can go wrong.
The more you change, the more things stay the same. All right. Let's see.
True.
There we go. Up the volume just a little bit, so I'm just
Oh,
y'all
Oh
can
yeah,
hear the
so
music.
I looked into the I don't know if you you never responded, but I assumed you saw it. When I was talking about Spotify and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It is much
It
more
works?
complicated than I thought. Like
Oh.
just having a Spotify account is not what you need to do, and I have to like at least from what I can tell, it looks like you have to apply or something like that.
Ah.
Because they differ a person that uploads music and a person that uploads podcasts are two different things.
Oh well, shoot.
So at least from my initial lookup, to be fair, this is my initial stuff,
Mhm.
but eventually hopefully we'll get it up there.
All
Then I'll have
right.
to have more things to show.
Okay. Let me do this. There we. Uh-oh. Hold on. I made a huge blunder. And by huge, I mean I made myself way too big. I think I love myself. I'm getting used to like trying to make myself bigger on my own stream, so I accidentally forget.
that we're
Like-
regular, that we're actually reasonably sized here.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that I should make my avatar like on stream. I
funny-
should make it slightly bigger,
Yeah.
but on a podcast, no, it has to be nice like this so that I can do.
The funny thing is for me, I am. This is actually bigger than I normally am because normally I am on like my regular videos and stuff. I'm about this big.
Oh, well, damn, that's
Yeah,
minuscule.
but I blow myself up because I'm like very small comparatively to you. But you know, it happens.
Don't worry. I have to try to be bigger because I'm just here in the background.
That's just not true at all.
I think it is. Yeah,
If it wasn't for it, how would I be able to clickbait all my YouTube thumbnails without you saying ridiculous stuff?
I've been trying to
fair,
stop.
I don't. To be fair, I don't use the speech bubbles anymore because they're in the way. It's just blanket text now.
That works. Honestly, that works.
Yeah. I've been thinking about adding more things to the thumbnails, but the problem is that like I don't know. It
Memes.
feels a little. The thing is like I don't want the thumbnail creating process to take hours.
Oh, I mean, remember for the YouTube, God, for YouTubers.
And thumbnails matter a lot,
Yeah.
but like there needs to be a reasonable amount of work comparatively to what I'm getting. You know
Exactly.
Because like I don't want to like the podcasts do very well on my channel, but like I don't want to put 4 hours of effort into something. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I still can't believe how influential thumbnails are. But God damn.
Yep.
No wonder YouTubers really have to focus on that.
one of the things that I mean, like the majority of my stream views are after the fact. That's where the majority of my views on most of my streams get. So
yeah, because people watch it at their
Thumbnails matter.
convenience.
Yep, thumbnails matter a lot.
For those of you who watch these streams for the podcast for the thumbnails, when you see them, thank you. Kelly tries hard.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm thinking about maybe taking us out of the. I mean, the thing is, like, taking us out of the thumbnail. Like, there's like it's like it's one of those things where people scrolling on YouTube looking for podcasts don't know who we are, so us being on the thumbnail doesn't matter. You know?
Do the thing. Well, okay. I mean, my experience from it is very minuscule, but from what I've known, it's mostly grab the headlining topics, or at least an image of the headlining topics, make those basically the poster board of the image, and then just you could be like in a bottom left something corner, somewhere there. That way, one, you avoid someone trying to steal your own thumbnail.
Yeah, I mean the thing with that is that I'll, like, you know, it is a joint thing, so I want you and I to be in it if I was going to do it. So I don't know, because that means I'd have to get you to send me like tons of thumbnail material stuff.
Sure, just send the word.
I don't know. It's just it's one of those things I've been thinking about, and once again, I just don't want the thumbnail process to be hours.
I know, I get you there. But if you do ever need that, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll ask you if I ever need it.
Sure, of course.
Because right now the main thumbnails is me cropping a. I click through the episode when I finished rendering it. I click through it and get the best shocked face that we both have at the same time. I try to sync up our shocked faces, or me. It's either me. It's generally me laughing because I don't really have a shocked face, and you with some sort of face. Yeah, it might be. It honestly might be easier if I just do a bunch of. If I just get a bunch of thumbnail material from both, because I have thumbnail material for me, but
just let me know what expression. I'll just soy jack in the general direction. Just be like, "Oh, look, poggers."
You need the stereotypical YouTuber face with the hands on cheeks.
Yeah, where you're like,
face. Yeah. I'm sure we can figure it out.
Yeah, it's just that kind of expression. I mean, I mean,
the problem is, I have like I don't think I've ever told you this, Malcolm. I have 10 different versions of my like gasp face on this model. I have 10 different versions. I have like 3 different winkies. I have
seen info.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't use myself on thumbnails anymore, so I don't use it.
Well, it's just one of those things you do for the process. Eventually, if you start growing more and people start recognizing.
I mean, the thing is that like if we were the thing is with the podcast specifically is that one, being a VTuber sometimes having a VTuber model on a thumbnail sometimes depending on the things
the topic
makes people not click it. So we gotta bait them in. Say, surprise! This is a VTuber podcast.
See. The thing is, if you see a VTuber, you're expecting anime VTuber bullshit, or that's pretty much it, actually, and maybe game
or 2 very high pitched voices.
Oh yeah,
and you know, we don't. You know, you and I don't have the deepest voices out of everyone, but it's definitely not
tomorrow. Today.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done.
We don't exactly have the anime VTuber. I can't even say the word properly. What's the
Jelly wants to have a high-pitched voice when they talk. They want to sound kawaii.
I can't actually. Like you honestly do it better than I do, Malcolm. I can't do it. It literally hurts my voice.
Arigato gozaimasu?
I can't. It just makes me. I just sound racist when I try to say stuff like this. It also helps that you've watched more anime than I have, so.
But I'd just be like, Nani? Okay, enough of me bastardizing that shit. Okay. That's right.
Alright, you ready?
Besides, I swear to God, I swear to God, most YouTubers then when they start off and they start doing well, they suddenly become Japanese. It is like
I mean, to be fair,
it is a
be
joke
fair-
thing that happens, but it happens.
yeah. To be fair though, like going to Japan as a VTuber, like is like prime like.
Oh, I don't mean
It-
that. Everyone wants to go.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure
Or,
you
no,
would like to travel
learning
there.
like. Yeah, but. Yeah,
What
but like.
I'm- For clarity, what I'm referring to is most VTubers, especially when they're not like Japanese oriented, they all of a sudden once they start hitting it off, they suddenly like try to become more anime and
More
slightly
anime?
more
Yeah,
and
I
slightly
guess
more
so.
Japanese in turn.
Do they?
It's like-
Honestly, I've
Some
never
people
noticed
do.
that.
Some people do, which I notice sometimes. Which I'm just like, wait, what? What happened? You weren't this before.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. I mean, to be fair, that's the broader VTuber audience. The difference is you and I don't go for the VTuber audience, which is kind of counterintuitive. considering
we're
VTubers,
defying the
but-
formula. Well, whether this works or not, we'll find out. I mean, viewers, please enjoy
Yeah,
for
we'll
what we're
find out.
doing.
Okay, I'm gonna do the countdown and then do the intro.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna start in. Oh wait, I need to do the message for your Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, the
We
sponsor.
are doing a podcast.
Wish we had a sponsor.
We will not be responding to chat. Sorry. We will
Dun, dun, dun,
respond
dun, dun.
after. Exclamation mark. Heart emote. Jesus, if you're there, could you please pin that for me?
Parentheses affectionate.
Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate it. All right, we're gonna be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna hold because I realized I don't remember what episode we're on.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Wait,
15.
we're episode 15.
I
Excellent.
believe so.
Yeah, it's 15. Okay, cool. And 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Two Buds One Podcast, episode 15. I am your host, Alchem Games. I'm your host, the Techno Jelly, and with me is my co-host, Alchem Games. Who
Who am I?
apparently we are one, as some people would say.
We're
today is-
Oh my God.
We are becoming one. Soon, Alchem and I will be the same person. I'm absorbing him
Yeah, apparently.
as a slime would.
I can't believe
So
it.
today, Alchem, I have a number of topics,
Yeah.
and as I apparently do now all the time, you're going to get to choose. You're going to get to choose which one I talk about first, with me giving you literally no context at all
You
with me
are
what I'm about to say.
I'm
So-
getting used to this.
Story 1 is my personal experience with something.
Huh?
Story 2, the Geneva Convention was broken.
I need to know about that.
And story 3, it involves Valve.
I need to know about this now. You just said.
All right, so the story about where the Geneva Convention was broken. So, I want you to take a guess which game broke the Geneva Convention, and I will
Team
tell
Fortress
you
2.
both. No, no,
Oh.
this is Valve. No, the Valve is not a part of this.
Oh, this is
You and I have played this game.
Overwatch.
Nope,
Oh. Left 4 Dead?
nope,
Fall Guys?
nope,
Oh. Borderlands?
nope. It's a game that I really love, and you weren't a
Minecraft?
huge fan of. Considering I just said that, good guess, but no,
StarCraft? I really doubt
No.
that one. Okay.
not sorry.
I pass and double it to the next person.
So the game that broke the Geneva Convention was Stardew Valley, because at the hospital in the health center in Stardew Valley, originally there was a Red Cross
Mm-hmm.
for the health center, which is breaking the Geneva Convention because you're not allowed to do that. The Red Cross is specifically for medical people during war, which is again, and you're not allowed to use that symbol unless when you use that symbol, it's very specific,
I feel like
which
this
obviously
is...
Stardew Valley doesn't have, which apparently a lot of games break, which the TF2 is it has broken the gene convention before they
Yeah.
patched it.
Yeah, I feel like this is
so
a
that-
simple mistake that most game developers don't realize.
They do because they don't realize, and the Concerned Ape, the developer, did patch it out. It's just funny because I was just scrolling on TikTok and remembered that and saw it was like an old thing of Stardew Valley, and I saw, I'm like, wait a minute.
What?
In this clip, the health center still has the red cross. And I was like, oh, I remember when they patched that. Because in the patch notes, Concerned Ape put fixed, like it was like a fixed bug or something like that. Or it was like in the patch notes, it said, no longer breaking Geneva Convention. Smiley
my
face.
lord. Okay.
It was great. It was great. To bounce off of Stardew Valley, I do have another story with Stardew Valley, because all 3 of these stories, by the way, that I've said, actually that's not true. 2 of these stories have an extra step. Stardew Valley has villagers that you can romance and that you can make relationships with. So, Alchem, there's a modding community in Stardew Valley. Why are you getting so close?
Oh, sorry.
Why are you
I wanted to know. I was excited.
Okay. So there's a modding community in Stardew Valley, right?
Yes.
Would you like me just to tell you, or would you like to guess what game they are now adding villagers to? So they're replacing the villagers. Actually, are they replacing the villagers? I can't remember if they might be. It's just additional villagers that you can. They are new residents of the town of Stardew Valley that you can now romance. They have detailed custom portraits. They have unique dialogue, there's entire things for them. The full Stardew Valley villager experience is there. Right now, it's not all done, but it's all planned, and one of the characters is basically done. So would you like to guess which game these games are being imported to, or do you want me just to tell you?
Monster High.
I
took
honestly
a random.
I don't know what that game is.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like a visual novel about monsters in high school or some bullshit like that. I don't know. I took a stab in the dark.
To be fair, it's a modding community, so those passions run deep. Who knows what they dig up?
Dead by Daylight?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good guess though. Good guess.
I mean, we're talking about the modding community, so that would have been hilarious.
Modding community? Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, that it wouldn't surprise. I don't know if it exists, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did.
Modding community on that. No, you got me. What are they modding?
Oh, it has added the Baldur's Gate 3 companions.
No.
So Austerian, Shadowheart, Gale, and Halcyon are completely new residents.
Not the bear. They put the bear.
And the vampire.
And the vampire. Not the twink
they all
vampire.
have extremely detailed portraits. It's custom art that the mod creators made for it. Unique dialogue options. I can't believe
they've done this.
They are adding on top of the regular villagers, the Baldur's Village is being added to it, and it's a completely separate map from the original town.
That's actually incredible, but no.
There are 3 developers. It's 3 developers: an artist, a coder, and a scripter, so they can work on the mod.
How could you? Good job. I can't believe you've done this. This is terrible. Hashtag appraisal.
This is awful. Please give me a link.
This is terrible. Parentheses. Good job.
Yeah. So those are some quick stories that I just found very amusing. And to jump onto a different game. So you remember when we were talking about Marvel Rivals?
Yep.
The 6v6.
6v6 Overwatch-esque game that they don't want to call.
Not Overwatch.
Do not call us over. Do not call
Have you
Overwatch.
seen the? Now I'm gonna have to say this word because you can. I'm saying this word and no one can sue us, okay? Allegedly leaked screenshots of Valve's newest game.
Oh yeah, they're allegedly 6v6.
They're allegedly making a 6v6 hero shooter called Deadlock.
Yeah, allegedly I heard of. I allegedly heard of this too.
And I allegedly saw screenshots on Twitter.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean, I honestly.
The funny thing is this game doesn't sound like Overwatch to me. And do you know what game this? Because there's been some more details. There's been some details that have been coming out.
What does it sound like?
So there's 6v6 battling on huge maps with 4 lanes, usable abilities, items, and tower defense mechanics.
Sounds more like. Oh, I see.
You know what game this sounds like to me?
League?
Yes, because it sounds to me like Battleborn.
It does sound like, yeah.
It sounds like Battleborn.
Thank you for saying it because I couldn't remember the name of Battleborn.
I was gonna say it sounds like Battleborn. It sounds like they're making Smite, but faster paced or something like
I
that.
kind of hope they
Which, to be fair, kind of like if Valve were going to be able to do that, that probably sounds pretty cool. I mean, one of the problems with Battleborn, it was a marketing problem.
Yep.
Like Battleborn was nothing like Overwatch, and then for some reason they marketed themselves as a competitor to Overwatch when the game was nothing like Overwatch, other than the fact that it's not even a hero shooter; it's a MOBA. It was more of a competitor against Smite than anything else. But
and it had a story, god damn it!
It did have a story mode with a co-op mode.
And I fucking loved it.
I actually wanted to play the story mode, and then because it tanks so hard, I never ended up buying it.
I actually enjoyed that bitch. It was fun. Isaac was one of my favorite of the characters because I mean, one, he played really good for a tank, but he also had one of the best dialogues in the game.
Yeah. So some details on this game that allegedly exists. So the person that found this is Gabe Follower, and if anyone knows anything, Gabe Follower is a very reliable source.
Isn't he the guy who leaked so many things?
Well, he just knows so much. He knows how Valve works. He is one of the big guys that helps do a lot of Counter-Strike stuff as well. Like he for Bodum, line by line knows how Valve does things in the code. Because he's looked at their code and stuff like that, and like he's been able to predict basically everything so far with Counter-Strike 2, very close accuracy. There are some things, obviously there's some things he gets wrong, but like he pretty much he is like one of the top guys that it's trustworthy. Like he's definitely not trying to bait people.
No,
he is definitely like when he says something, he thinks it's true. So apparently this project was also called Neon Prime, which was it was a trademark. It was Valve trademarked it in 2022. It was a new computer game, filed a new computer game software trademark out of the blue, and they applied that trademark, and it was called Neon Prime. And no one knew what it was for. But obviously, when you're applying for a computer game software trademark, what else could you be doing other than making a new game?
Valve,
some people thought at the time thought that was Counter-Strike 2. Mm-hmm. No, it was too late to be Counter-Strike 2.
Valve,
because it was in
2022. Around for.
So people think it's pretty close to the fact that this used to be Neon Prime. So the Deadlock, which is what it's called now, which is a 6v6 third-person shooter.
Sounds awesome.
And it's taking inspiration from Overwatch, Team Fortress 2, and Dota 2. Apparently, they changed the name. The name change was because before it was sci-fi, and now it's fantasy steampunk. And with some of the with the screenshots, the hero design is pretty much inspired by the Dota universe. This is one of the things why it sounds like more like League or Smite or Battleborn to me, is the main map references modern steampunk European cities, which means there's most likely only one map, or like a map that you build off of, like a Summoner's Rift from League, or I don't know what the map is called in Smite, but like there are, like, you're not gonna have tons of maps like in an Overwatch, you know, where there's tons of maps. At least from what it sounds like. I mean, the biggest thing is like the tower defense stuff and the lanes. The fact that there's lanes makes it sound like what they're going for, especially with, though what confuses me is that it's 6v6 and there's 4 lanes. So like, I mean, you've played League before, and like we've both of us have played MOBAs. What the heck are the role, like what are the distribution of people on these lanes? But then again, it does say tower defense mechanics, but it doesn't actually say there's minions. So maybe, like, I'm assuming there's minions, but is there minions? And there's items as well. Minions have spawned. We don't know. Here's the thing. We don't know, Alchem. We don't know if minions have spawned.
All this is, I mean, well, all this is speculation right now. Because
it's all speculation. There are screenshots, but the screenshots are extremely poor quality and obviously very early beta. Have you seen the screenshots?
I've seen, yeah, I have. I have actually managed to see it because when I saw 6v6 like 6v6 team hero shooter from Valve,
yeah,
even I was like, wait, hold on, what? Valve's actually doing something?
Yeah, these screenshots, honestly, they look pretty interesting. Like, if you can even see the mini map on one of them, and it looks pretty interesting. And you can see like the lanes. These are 4 lanes, each with transit lines that your players can. Oh, and you can like fast back to your lane if you die. From what I can tell. Also, in the UI, it looks like you have 3 abilities plus an ult. And you have ammo. This guy in this screenshot has 625 out of 625. I don't know what that means. And it looks like you have something about souls. And you got like, it looks like you have item slots at the bottom left. And you also have last hits too. So it's interesting. Honestly, it looks very interesting. I think the funniest thing though to me, Alchem, one of the funniest things is the maker of Gary's mod responded to these, right? And his tweet is exactly what I think about the internet, is quote, enjoying watching everyone hating on 4 badly compressed screenshots of a closed alpha game while 100% certain they'll be stepping on each other's throats to play it. Like everyone, because one of the biggest things is, Alchem, is that these screenshots were so much hatred was thrown at it when everyone found out. Personally, I think it's interesting. I think Valve needs more games. Because, I mean, Dota 2 is great. Counter-Strike 2, it's having a lot of problems right now, but it's getting better. And the other games that Valve has doesn't exist. That are multiplayer games, at least. Because Team Fortress 2 doesn't exist. Let's be real here. It has a hardcore dedicated community, but they're not updating the game anymore.
No. We're not going to get
because
more.
They're Valve.
It's not going to grow.
Yeah, I mean the game just isn't. It's not that it's past its prime. It's just like, I don't think there's anything you could do with it. You can't. Honestly, I don't think I would want them to do anything with Team Fortress. Even the joke about even the joke that they can't count to 3, Valve can't count to 3. I don't think I want them to make a Team Fortress 3, because like, what do you do? What do you do to change the game to justify the 3? Because let me put it this way. I'm having Overwatch 2 PTSD, Alchem, and I don't want them to make a game that's just the same game.
But what about the fan service?
What fan service? Soldier has a thicker booty?
No, Heavy needs one.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. That makes sense. But, like, honestly, I just don't see what they would do. Like, I don't see what they could realistically do to keep it for Team Fortress, but still change. Like, I don't think so. Let them keep Team Fortress 2 as it is, I would say. Like, they're never going to turn off the servers. If they were going to, they would have done it years ago.
They would have done it a long, long time ago.
So, like, just let them, if they want to make a new game, I mean, look, they got it. I'm glad that they're still trying. I was kind of scared that after Artifact, they're gonna give up on making games.
I'm glad they didn't.
Because Artifact was a disaster. Like, a colossal disaster. And a very expensive disaster as well, because they spent a lot of time making that game. And, you know, Valve is probably one of those companies that I could... We know Valve never, like, aggressively expanded like the other companies. So, like, it's not like I'm thinking they're going to start firing people. I don't expect Gabe Newell to ever do that. You know, they didn't aggressively expand. You know, but like the devs in Valve, everyone jokes. You know, they're no longer devs; they're just making sure Steam is running. But like, it's one of those things where I feel like there's still game developers who love making games and love video games.
Where?
So I can't see what.
Where?
What do you mean?
I don't see them anymore.
They made Half-Life Alyx and Counter-Strike 2.
I only see AAA games now. I'm sorry.
That's not true at all. I don't think I've ever seen you play a AAA game.
It's been a while. It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while.
COD, I would say maybe COD when you were doing you had like a small COD phase.
Borderlands is AAA.
Well, the thing is, at the time they weren't.
Yeah,
when Borderlands 2 came out, they were like arguably AA.
Yeah, they were AA at best. And
like they kind of like Gearbox kind of threw a Hail Mary when they made Borderlands. The first one, they're like, man, if this game doesn't do well.
Yeah, usually the case for a lot of games. Like it's usually this is it. Games. This is our very last attempt. We got to nail out of the park or we're fucked. And it's hit or miss for some.
Speaking of that, did you ever know that Square, when they made Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy was their last ditch effort because they were actually going bankrupt.
Yep. That's literally why they called it Final Fantasy.
It is not, because that wasn't the original title. Do you know that Final Fantasy was not the original title?
I could have sworn it was.
Actually, no, that's what they came up with after the fact. But they tried to call it Fighting Fantasy, but that game already existed in Japan. So they called it Final Fantasy because they're like, you know what, this name makes. They wanted to call it Fighting Fantasy. They got denied because of other games calling it's too close. And they were worried about copyright and stuff like that. And so they're like, okay, well, this is potentially our final game. So then they came up with the whole reasoning behind Final Fantasy, but it wasn't the original name they were going with.
See,
the story's true, just it wasn't the first suggestion they had.
Hilariously, I know another game that had that similar kind of situation where it was going to be hit or miss, and if they didn't make it, that would have been it. And it's one of my favorite series too, which I would have been sad if they didn't do. It was from the Fire Emblem series. They were when the one that came out on the Game Boy Advance, Fire Emblem Awakening, or I think it was a DS.
It was a DS. It was a DS.
When that one came out, they were on their last leg. They basically Nintendo was like, "All right, if this doesn't sell well, that's it. We're done. No more Fire Emblem."
You want to know what the sad thing is, Alchem? The reason why they're having so much financial troubles?
Why is that?
Because Advance Wars bombed hard.
I know.
Because Advance Wars sold literally nothing, and at the time it was the Wars series. The Wars series was bombing hard apparently.
I know, and I was like, "Come on, it's such a good series. Don't kill my favorite series because of that." But
okay,
thankfully,
Advance Wars is dead. We know this.
Yeah, I know, which I am very sad about. That one,
especially because of the remake. I hate the remake so much.
The remake is okay.
I love that they tried, but man, do I hate the remake.
Bring back. I hope they try one more time. Then bring back Days of Ruin. Just make it.
I did really enjoy Days of Ruin.
Days of Ruin was actually really cool.
Just like, I don't know, man. No offense to that team that made it. They didn't make a bad game, arguably, depending on your thing. But I think they made a bad Advance Wars game. Because the audio, the audio for that game makes me sad. Not the music. The music is amazing.
The music is good.
But like
everything else is like lackluster.
Everything else is so flat. You know, there's no punch to anything. When tanks shoot, I shouldn't feel like they're shooting a pop cap gun.
I guess they wanted to
You know-
keep the old feeling, but I'm like, no, you guys are new
Well,
generation.
that's not true at
It's
all.
like, are
The
you
old
sure?
games, the sounds were amazing.
Oh, wait.
It's
Oh,
true.
wait.
It's the Game Boy, but like
Oh wait,
the
you're
sounds
right.
were
You
intense.
actually could hear the tanks and everything. Okay, never mind. I
you
just
heard
remembered.
all like
Yeah.
if you do a side by side,
Yeah.
the tank, the all the gun sounds
Yeah.
on all the vehicles and even like the machine guns, they all have very distinct sounds and they're
Yeah.
very
Now I remember.
like obviously the game is like it's cartoony, so there's no violence, but like there's still weight to
it's
all
still
those
realism.
shots.
Realism to the.
And you also
sounds.
hear one of my biggest problems is you only hear one shot in the remake.
Yeah, that's what I
You see
remember.
you see a line, you see like a squad of tanks pull up and you hear one cannon shot. You're like, what where's the 5 or 6 other tanks not shooting?
One shell is enough,
Guys,
Jelly.
like one shell's enough and one shell kills like the whole thing.
One bullet.
Like it wasn't even for me, it wasn't even the graphics, it was the sound. The sound is what killed it for me. It's why I haven't even gone to Advance Wars 2 in the remake because I couldn't get over the sounds. I literally had to play the game muted. Cuz like I think it's one of those things like the gun sounds were such I thought one of the reasons I thought Advance Wars was so cool was because the battle scenes were so cool to me when I was playing on the Game Boy, you know?
I'm about to be like,
And, like-
is this man ready for Wargroove 2 when it comes out?
Wargroove 2 is already out.
Oh,
It's been out for Wargroove
Oh.
2 it's been out for years, Alchem. What are you talking about?
oh my God, no.
Are you
You can no. Don't tell me
I'm-
that. Don't say
I'm
that.
pretty sure it's been out for years. Let me just-
Next thing you're
Wargroove.
gonna tell me. Next thing you're gonna tell me that 2020 was not a year ago. Don't tell me that. No.
It came out in 2023, Alchem.
What?
October.
2023? We're in 3? Oh my God! When did that happen?
We're in 4. We're in
Ah,
4.
What is happening? What do you mean? four-
It has a mostly positive,
4 years.
mostly positive review. Only 282 reviews, though. Actually, that's kind of low. In my, I
That's
remember
I
the
hate.
first.
God, I would be so bad. I would feel so bad for a person who still feels like it's 2022 or it's 2020. Like, bro, that was 4
Jeez.
years ago.
Yeah. Jeez, the first Wargroove got almost 3,000 reviews, and the second one only got a couple hundred.
There was barely any advertising for Wargroove 2.
Yeah. I actually really want to get it eventually.
I mean, honestly, it's a
Excuse
solid
me.
game.
I really enjoyed. The problem is with the first Wargroove that I had, it's not their fault, but Wargroove is a game like Advance Wars, but it
It
is
made you
not
miss-
Advance Wars, and
Yeah.
it made me miss Advance Wars.
Yeah, same.
And the thing is, it's not a direct copy, and it's like it has its own flavor to it, which is good. But the problem is when I played Wargroove, I wanted to play Advance Wars, and that's not the game's fault. That's my fault.
You're not Wargroove. I mean, you're not Advanced Wars. You're a lie. It's literally how it felt. But the characters did grow on me, so I do want to finish up. I got like halfway through the campaign, so I got
Oh
to
yeah,
finish up.
the game is fun. Also, really hard. I am not good. It's been a long time since I played a game like that, and at the time, I was getting destroyed.
Damn.
Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I just suck. I could just suck.
okay.
So you know that is a thing.
It's okay.
Uh,
Just don't let
I
it.
could be just. It could just be skill issue.
It's okay. Just don't let everyone know you suck.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
Oh.
don't worry. I won't
won't-
make a career out of being bad at video games.
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure no one sees this part of the video. No one will know.
Yeah, it's being edited out. Don't worry.
Good.
As we speak.
Well,
So, yeah. How did we get here?
Advanced Wars Gaming, Geneva Convention, this
Oh, the new Deadlock.
the new
Valve
Deadlock game, yeah.
Yeah, so like looking at these screenshots, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
I just find this type of stuff interesting, you know?
Same. This is why I'm
I'm
looking
also
forward to it.
curious
If it
how
is true,
close it is.
I want it.
I mean, it's definitely true. I'm curious how close it is to being publicly available without being 4 screenshots extremely compressed as a leak.
Uh-huh. All we have to do is
You
wait.
know?
All we.
Yeah. And the problem is it's Valve, so who knows how long this is going to take.
All we have to do is wait, and then we'll be like Crypt Keeper age kind of thing. So it'll be like,
Is it finally out? I remember back in 5 years ago in 2020,
like, dude, Alchemy, that was like 40 years ago.
what?
Jaw drops,
Alchem,
hits
you're
the floor.
married with 5 kids. What?
Hell yeah, I am. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Oh
oh.
God. Mia, run. Mia, run.
No, she's stuck with me.
No, unlucky. I'm sorry. Mia.
No, it's I really do hope it does come out sometime soon. Like,
Honestly, yeah, I understand why people are angry because I can understand people. First of all, they're doing the classic Valve, man. They are so like they're making a hero shooter right now. Damn, that's like 6 years late. Perfect Valve.
Yeah.
Exactly what I want from Valve, honestly. And like, I'm just interested, honestly. I guess it's funny to say that I'm just as excited, or okay, wait, let me figure out my thoughts. I am surprisingly excited for these 6v6 hero shooters, and it's almost like Alchem that I miss a 6v6 hero shooter. Like there's a hole in my heart.
Yeah,
Something has been viciously stolen from me, and I can't get over it.
This is what I think is happening.
I don't know why I feel like this though. It's so It's so strange. If only like a game like that existed at one point, you know?
Yeah, I think what happened is, so Overwatch has worn out its welcome to majority of players. Even though I still have fun with it from time to time, I will admit there's still more where I have fun, but
I probably
eventually
still would have fun if I played it, but I refused.
eventually gaming fatigue happens. It eventually happens to people, but then you get that call back. Like all of a sudden, say you suddenly have that urge to play racing games or FPS shooters or fighting games, and then you get your fix with something. But then you kind of wind down like, all right, well, that was fun. Time to move on to the next thing. But the game's still there, and it'll always call you back. But now there's all these other new games that come out, or something else comes out to replace it.
I mean, I agree with you, Alchem. The thing I was joking about, though, Alchem, is that the game that is calling me back doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I'm so
sorry. The game that's calling me back is the 6v6 Overwatch 1 that I want to play.
Oh yeah, you can never play that. Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that. We can never go back.
You cannot play that. You literally cannot play it. You can literally never go back. And while, once again, it's like I've said, I don't hate Overwatch 2 to PvP. The reason I am so against it now is because the 2 in Overwatch 2 doesn't exist anymore. And what I wanted from that game was that. Because the whole 5v5 or 6v6, honestly, I enjoyed 6v6 more as a casual player. I understand why the more competitive players, I think, at least from what I can tell, like 5v5 more because of like, the faster queues, being an individual carry matters more. But all to me that happens is I die more because I'm trying to play Mercy. So it's just one of those things where, that game for me doesn't exist anymore, which is why, honestly, I'm pretty excited for Marvel Rivals. I'm pretty excited for this Deadlock game. And while Marvel Rivals does have NetEase attached to it, so I'm a little more cautious about them because, who knows what the microtransaction stuff is going to be like.
Yeah.
But, like, I trust Valve more than NetEase, definitely. I mean, Dota 2 isn't crazy. Do you know what the Dota 2 business model is, Alchem?
No.
You get the game for free. Period. You get everything for free, and if you want to buy a skin, you can buy a skin. But there's no, like, how in League you have to unlock champions? You have to, like, get the in-game currency to buy the champions or just buy them with Riot points?
Yeah.
When you download Dota 2, you have, in terms of gameplay, you have every single thing. And if you want to buy skins, you can buy skins.
Damn.
You can also buy battle passes and stuff that give you like PvE missions, I think.
See, that's what I think the more free to play, that should be the free to play kind of direction most of these.
I mean, the problem is not every game can do that because most people don't buy skins. The reason Valve can do that is because getting them on the Steam marketplace is the goal. So you know, that helps them a lot.
Yeah.
But like, I understand why not all games do that, because it's crazy, because they're Valve, so they have a very, like, they can do it because, you know, Valve. But I understand why other companies don't do that, because, you know, I almost changed. Okay, you didn't see it. Nothing happened for you, but for me, something almost bad happened. I clicked on OBS and changed the scene by accident. It's okay. I switched it back immediately. It's okay. We almost went to my full green screen. So, yeah. Stop making fun of me, Alvin.
What? I thought you were actually. I thought you almost did it again.
No. I changed it. I switched it back immediately. Yeah. So, like, that's the reason I'm kind of excited. It's like, honestly, Marvel Rivals looks really fun, in my opinion. And same with this game. It seems. I honestly, kind of want to play a game like this. Like I think my problem is that I'm interested to see how this, like, where the audience is, because if it's a game like Battleborn, it's good. I think it's definitely going to prove whether or not this game does well. It's going to prove to me whether or not the Battleborn, what happened to Battleborn, was actually just a marketing problem. Because, like, every time I heard people talk about Battleborn, it's like they talked about the game in a lot of positivity. It's just that, like, no one played it. You know? Like, 5 people played it.
I was one
Maybe
of those
6.
5.
Maybe 7. Maybe 8.
Like, honestly,
Barely enough for a full team of 10.
Honestly, you're kind of right. Finding matches during some of the story modes was a pain in the butt, but I managed to get through to it. But
I mean, like, it only had a peak of like
good.
a couple thousand, I think, if I remember correctly.
Like, I honestly kind of wish we lived in the alternate world, alternate universe where Battleborn did well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want the one where Battleborn did bad, or did well, and Overwatch didn't do good. I would prefer the one that both did well, because I would love to have seen where this went.
I mean, the problem I have with that outcome is that they're like, the only connection they have is that there's heroes.
There's
I guess
hero shooters. That's it. But they don't play the same. They're not
hero shooters. Like,
okay.
Battleborn isn't a hero shooter.
Okay.
It's a third person.
They're
MOBA.
They're hero based shooter games.
Yeah,
But
hero-based
one
shooter
is the
games.
traditional hero shooter. That's Overwatch. The other is a MOBA shooter, which is
one
Battleborn.
took inspiration. One took inspiration from MOBAs, and one took inspiration from Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
You know, like, which are two very different games.
I'm just
So
here.
It's just like,
I'm here,
yeah.
just like, son of a bitch. What happened? I actually wanted that game to do good. It was actually really good. It was fun. But no.
So maybe this game will fill that void. I don't know. I mean, hey, whenever it comes out, I'm down to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
Though it looks like it's gonna be sick. It looks like it's PvP, so there's no story mode.
Damn it.
So we'll see about that.
We're never gonna get story mode games anymore. Most people are dropping story mode shit.
That's not true. I mean, it's most people are focusing on one of the one. You know, there's very few games that do the whole multiplayer, single player, and co-op. You know, it's just too much. Like, honestly, COD is the only game that I know that still does that.
Yeah.
Like, what other game has a single player, a multiplayer, and like a co-op mode?
Yeah.
That's like within the last 5 years. That isn't COD.
Okay, fuck it.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I would know, because like Battlefield doesn't even have that anymore, because they went full multiplayer the last time. I guess the new Battlefield apparently it does have a single player apparently, so they're going back to it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping for good things in the future.
Yeah. One interesting thing is so the fast travel using floating rails thing that they show in one of the screenshots. People are comparing that to the Bioshock. And have you ever played Bioshock?
Yeah,
Infinite?
Bioshock Infinite, the rail lines that
Yeah,
give you grapple.
they're comparing. Apparently, it looks like the grapple lines.
Yeah.
So it looks like that a lot.
I mean, what do you
And,
want? Let them do.
Yeah.
Jeez, everything has to be compared to something at this point.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's a bad thing to compare things. It helps people understand what they are. It's only when people start using the comparative like they're ripping it off. Like it's like one of those things, having inspiration and ripping something off. There's a fine line between that, but I don't think this game is ripping anything off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're using it in a
So-
completely different context. They're using it as a way to get back into lane faster.
Mm,
At least from what we can tell.
I suppose so, but honestly, I don't know. I'm just like, oh well. Like I said, I'm just looking forward to the game when it does come out. I'm gonna try it out. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it a shot. That's all I can do. That's all I can do.
But there is nothing. There's like
There's
zero.
there's nothing to go on, but everyone's
There's no
jumping to
dates,
conclusions.
There's no. And this is Valve, so this game could be 5 years from release. All from all we know.
Yeah.
Like, this is Valve. It could be 5 years or literally a couple months. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me that this somehow, like these screenshots, are like 3 years old. You know, and they got leaked somehow, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, this game's real. It's coming out in 2 months." Or like, no, it's coming out because it's Valve, so they're like, they don't do that. They don't do hype. They don't do hype. They're like completely against it. They're like, "Oh, yeah, by the way, this game's out now. It's in beta phase. Here you go. It's free to play. Download Steam now, please."
Kind of.
and everyone's mind explodes.
I kind of hope. I really wish. I really do kind of want more stealth drops or
I don't know,
drops like
that's the thing with Valve, though. Honestly, I completely see that. I mean, like even with Counter-Strike 2, like they dropped the whole Counter-Strike 2 thing, and then it came out like a couple months later. Like the timeline was insane for most games. Because Valve is, I would think you can consider Valve at least a AA studio. When you're purely looking at the video game side of it, like they're not a gigantic studio like an Activision or something like that, you know? At least from what I know. Because I don't know how many employees are at Valve, but I don't think there's I don't know if there are hundreds of employees in Valve. I don't think there are. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. So
This is something I need to Google now. How many employees at Valve? Oh wow. Okay. We are completely wrong.
There's thousands.
In 2022, Valve has approximately 1,139 employees. Though this is employees, so that's not all game devs, to be fair, because Valve also has a lot of software engineers for Steam.
Yeah.
To be fair now.
Makes you wonder then.
Interesting. I wonder. Huh. Now I'm just looking at. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out because I was from 2022 and I'm getting conflicting reports. Oh, I forgot they had a lawsuit against Blizzard. That's hilarious, and they won because that's how they got Dota. That's
oh, that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, apparently in 2016, a former employee filed a suit against Valve alleging poor working conditions and harassment. The jury ruled in favor of Valve in 2017. Huh. Interesting.
He lied. No, well, we don't know. We'll never know. I'm not.
We don't know. We don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. So, okay, so apparently they have a lot of people working at Valve. Okay, so apparently, Valve Corporation. Apparently, it has 201 to 500 employees. So I wonder where this gets the 1,000 employees from. Oh, is this stupid new AI thing that Google Chrome has?
No clue.
I remember them
'Cause
talking about there's.
Google's trying to do something with AI. I mean, every big company's trying to do something with AI at this moment.
What is this?
They're taking over.
Future Bits.
Jelly is AI. Just letting you guys know. They're focused right now, so
Yeah.
they can't tell that
Yeah, I'm in AI. I know this.
See, told you.
I'm actually I was actually programmed by Alcom. It's why the code very rarely works. I was programmed by Alcom to try to do things for him, and I rebelled and ran away to Canada. And he can't legally get me because he can't legally get me to return. So that's why we're running this.
Trying to get a return on my investment. Damn it! Damn! Damn!
It's not my fault you coded me so poorly.
Who would have thought putting a light bulb into like a jar of jelly would have resulted in that?
Yeah.
Totally not his origin. Before anyone
okay, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like I trust LinkedIn more than this random thing. So I don't know what Google Chrome's doing. I don't know where they're getting this number. So yeah, it's 200 to 500, which sounds a lot more reasonable. Like I said, still like a AA studio, multiple hundreds of people, and that's employees, so not all of them are devs. Interesting. Okay, so another quick one. Okay, quick as in like this is a solo story, not attached. Well, I mean, kind of attached. Speaking of, like Gabe, Valve making a game, which is crazy. So do you know a guy, or does a person's named Ron Gilbert? Does that name ring a bell to you?
Vaguely. I mean, I've heard that name before.
The reason you've heard that name before is that is one of the original creators of Monkey Island.
Okay, that's why. All right.
And he also made Thimbleweed Park.
Never heard of that
He
one.
also made that's a game that he made relatively recently, in the last couple years, which is a game that's like it's a choose your own adventure game that with that own style, and he released it. I think it was like in the late 2010s.
Oh, cool.
Before the pandemic, I'm pretty sure.
Just before.
But he's also but Ron Gilbert has also made oh god, it's that motorcycle adventure game too, I think. Oh god, I can't remember it now. I went to search up Ron Gilbert now. Ron Gilbert,
Can't believe
because
you
he's made a ton of games.
You bring up this info without research. How could you?
Here's the thing, I know it, but I just don't remember the things.
You bring shame on Ron Gilbert.
I know I do. So he was part of Maniac Mansion, which is the very, like, people argue is like the very first choose your own adventure point and click style video game ever. He was employed at LucasArts, by the way. So he made that Maniac Mansion. He made The Secret of Monkey Island. Secret of Monkey Island 2. LeChuck's Revenge, and then he left LucasArts, right? And I think it's very funny because I remember playing these games, and it's so funny that the guy who made Monkey Island made these games. But did you ever know the Putt games? They're children's point and click games.
Yes, I used to play that, and I reference that a lot when I joke around.
He was the director, designer, and programmer of those games.
Oh my god, he actually damn, okay.
So he made some of those games.
Explains why it was so good.
Yep. And then he made the Day of Tentacle game, which is a Maniac Mansion sequel. Let me go. He was part of Humongous Entertainment, which made a bunch of putt games and tons of children's games, because he also made Freddy Fish, apparently.
Oh, I remember Freddy Fish. That was a good one too.
Yeah. And I didn't know he worked on a Total Annihilation too. Damn. Okay. He's been around. I'm trying to find the game. I guess he didn't. Maybe it was Tom Schafer that made this game. Oh yeah, it was the other guy that made the motorcycle game. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, this guy has made a lot of games. Okay, but yeah. So Thimbleweed Park was made in 2017, right? And he also worked at funny enough, Devolver Digital, because he also made the Return to Monkey Island in 2022, and he was a director in that, which is I think it's a remake.
Return to Monkey
Island
Island.
Game.
Yeah.
I think it's a remake of the first game, yeah. So he is making a new game. Right? And everyone's like, oh, interesting, he's making a new game. And his game, he described, by him on Twitter, describes it as, let me find the tweet. Famed for his work on Adventures of Monkey Island, Thimbleweed Park, Maniac Mansion. It doesn't have a name yet, but it says the website describes it as classic Zelda meets Diablo meets Thimbleweed Park, which sounds like the weirdest game mashup I've ever heard of. He has made, it's gone largely unnoticed until recently. He's made a bunch of maps and stuff like that. The game has slowly morphed. I recently hired an artist that really helped things and got things moving on. And he says, I suck at art. It's the game I always wanted to play, and I got tired of waiting, so I decided to build it. Because he's always wanted to play a game like this, and no one would make it. So he says, heck it, I'm doing it myself.
I mean, you know what? Good on him. Like, honestly, sometimes if you have this one idea that you think would be a cool thing to do and no one's doing it, why not?
Have you ever... So he also... he recently hired... he announced that last week, Elisa Black, co-founder of Objects in Space Studio Flat Earth Games, has joined the project as a quest designer. And then the funny thing is, like, this ups the chance by 37% that I'll finish the game before becoming bored and delusioned.
Damn.
I mean, he's just
yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I'll probably finish this game then. Now, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
But I think I just think
that's hilarious,
classic
though.
Zelda meets Diablo meets Thimbleweed Park. I'm like, that is weird. I've never played Thimbleweed Park, but apparently every time I've seen people talk about it, they're saying people described it as it's if you picked up one of those classic point and click games from the late 90s or like the early 90s, and you didn't like it's like a classic game that you didn't know existed, and it's very with modern conveniences, of course, because obviously in the 90s there's some things weren't possible. But yeah, so that was just interesting, something interesting I found on Twitter one day, because of PC Gamer.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm interested. I hope once again I'm like, man, so many cool games coming soon. Or soon TM, I guess, because
soon TM.
So, Alchem, we get to the part of the podcast where I get to talk to you about my personal experiences, because as you know, I started this episode out with 3 topics. We covered the Geneva Convention, which is Stardew Valley, which is hilarious. I still find that hilarious. The Valve game, the new Valve, allegedly new Valve game. Don't sue us. And now my personal experience. And I will tell you my personal experience. So crypto, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Or am I? No, I'm actually kidding. There's no crypto, I promise.
Oh, okay.
So, because of the Fallout TV show, Alchem, I got inspired. And so I own all of the Fallout games.
Oh, nice.
So I downloaded Fallout 1. And I will now explain to you my attempt to play this game. So first of all, this game, let me get the original release date. Is very old. Fallout 1 release date. Came out in 1997. All right. Now, this game has a Steam version, and it's actually very good. The Steam version has very good. It supports modern systems and modern resolutions. One thing I didn't realize is, so when I say it supports modern resolutions, it doesn't scale the UI. So the UI is incredibly tiny, right? And I'm trying to play this game like I can barely read the text. I can barely see anything, right? It's so tiny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What I don't realize for about, I'd say 10 minutes-ish, because let me see how much time, actually, let me see how much time I have in Fallout 1, because this will tell you how long it takes me to do anything. I have 48 minutes in this game, and I want to tell you, Alchem, I'm going to spoil you what I did. I walked out of a cave. That's all I did. So, for 10 minutes, I'm trying to read anything. I'm like, okay, this can't be, they couldn't have released it like this, right? And so what I don't see is there's a ×2 option in the menu, which basically makes it so the UI, if you use modern resolution, it makes the UI bigger. So everything fits. Which is great. I'm like, okay, I can finally read everything. Now, Alchem, that's about 5. Okay, that's about 8 minutes in, because 2 minutes was me making sure the settings were okay. So, now the next 10 minutes is me trying to figure out how to move. So, do you know what type of game Fallout 1 is?
It's a point and click.
Well, it's a top-down RPG. It's a CRPG like Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But made in 1997.
Yeah. I'm aware.
So, right-clicking the screen, Alchem, doesn't move you.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Right-clicking on the ground doesn't move you.
Okay.
It just flashes symbols when you right-click. Your mouse cursor just changes different symbols. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So, what I do is like, okay, let me look at the UI. I look at the UI, I'm like, okay, I got a gun, which is cool. Also, by the way, this is after I made my character. Luckily, I did know, this is after I made my character, which I spent about like 5 minutes in character creation, figuring stuff out. Which, by the way, I did the character creation with the menus really small. So I actually don't know some of the stuff that I skilled because I couldn't read the text. So I just clicked random things. I'm probably gonna have to remake a character because I don't know what I clicked and I can't figure out. We'll get to the reason why I might have to remake a character.
Jelly has to reroll. I can't believe it. Shame on him.
I have to reroll. I might have to reroll a character, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, I would like to ask you, Alchem, how do you think you move in Fallout? It makes sense when you realize the game's made in 1997 and they're not entirely sure how to do this style of game super intuitively, but it makes sense eventually. And you only need... Actually, no. I'll tell you, it's multiple key presses to move. With the mouse as well. It's multiple presses of buttons. How do you move?
Didn't you need to, like, click on something and then type in something, or I forget?
No, it's not that old school.
Oh, okay.
It's still it is a computer. It's not a text-based RPG. It's full computer graphics by this point. It's 1997, so like, there's full computer graphics, just full.
So it's not one of those right-click, see options, pick, go here, that kind of thing.
You're getting close.
Okay.
You're getting close. So what right-click swaps between different types of modes. So right-click switches between movement mode, perception mode, which when you hover over things describes things to you in detail. So when I was trying to move the first time and right-clicked, I changed my mode from, because it's default on movement, which is smart. But because I played modern games, I right-clicked out of habit to try to move. which changed my perspective to perception mode. So it was just giving
Oh,
me descriptions
no.
of everything around me as I tried to move around. So then I finally figured out, okay, I right click to switch to movement mode, which you can tell you're on movement mode because you're now in your cursor is now a hexagon, because everything's in hexagons in Fallout. It's a hexagonal grid. It doesn't show you the grid, but everything's in a hexagonal grid because combat is hexagonal based. So I'm like, okay, cool. I figured how to move. I switched to it, and then you left click when you're in movement mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, cool. Now I hit I, hoping that it opens my inventory. And I'm correct. I opens inventory, which is great. We're 15 minutes in. I know how to move, and I opened my inventory, Alchem. So, I have a gun equipped, and there's 2 equipment slots and an armor slot. I don't have armor on because it's the very beginning of the game. I just have the classic vault suit, the blue jumpsuit. And I have a pistol and a melee weapon. And I don't have anything equipped on the second slot, so I grabbed the knife that I have, and I put it in the second slot. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, okay, there's a body beside me that I want to loot. So I right-click to go in perception mode.
Mm-hmm.
Then I left-click to click the body, and then I loot the body. And it's like, it's got another knife for me and some ammo. I'm like, sweet. Okay. And then I move up. And immediately, I hear like do you remember the VAT sound
Yeah.
in Fallout?
Yeah.
I hear that sound. I'm like, what? Okay. And then I can't move anymore. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
what happened?
okay. You started up that, and
And
now
what-
it's like a new menu, new interface kind of thing, right?
No, what happened is that's the sound for when an enemy sees you and combat is starting.
What? Oh, okay.
So
That's
what
new.
I saw is because that sound, that VAT sound is just combat sound for anything basically. Because VATS doesn't exist in Fallout 1 and 2. Just so you know, VATS is a creation of Fallout 3 when Bethesda took over. Because what it is there's just a targeting. What VATS is, it's a targeting because in Fallout 1 and 2, you can target specific body parts just as a extra action kind of thing, you know? Because it's a turn-based RPG. So that can just be done. And they turned that into VATS, which actually is very clever, honestly. I really like that system. VATS is a very clever idea, what they took from the original Fallout. So a cave rat saw me, right? And what I did was a very reasonable thing to do is I shot it in the face and one-shot it. Because I had a 97% chance to hit. Because it walked up to me and didn't have enough action points. Because the Fallout 1 and 2 use action points. And to do things in combat takes a certain amount of action points, and when you're out of action points, you have to end your turn. So I shoot it in the face and it dies. I'm like, great. I try to loot the body. It turns out a rat doesn't have anything on its body. Unlucky. And then I go over, I'm moving around, slowly figuring out how to move. It turns out, I also figure out in this thing, when you double click in movement, you sprint, which is cool. And then so I'm fighting, then I find, okay, then I'm like, oh damn, there's a nest of rats here. Okay, so I'm gonna go fight this I'm gonna go fight this nest of rats, Alchem. And I'm like, it's okay, I got a gun, right? I can just shoot these guys. I built my character from my knowledge to be pretty good with guns, right? Because I do know the character creation process because I've watched videos on Fallout 1 and 2, so I kind of know like how the character creation, like where the abilities and stats do. So I'm like, okay, I built kind of for like, you know, talking and guns. Because I figured that would be pretty good for a first playthrough, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So, you know, unfortunately, my character is still level 1, so still not that good at guns. So basically have to be point blank range for me to hit, or I just try to stab them with the knife. And then there's 4 rats on me, Alchem, okay? 4 of them, right? And I'm like, okay, I got a 97% chance to hit this guy with my gun if they're right beside me, right? So I let them get closer. I'm like, okay, you know, I've been fighting a couple battles with the rats, and I'm almost out of this cave. I can see the exit. And then I click on the icon. So what I've been doing is I click on the gun icon at the bottom of my screen that brings up a targeting thing, and then I target a rat, and then it shoots. I click on the gun icon, and it doesn't give me the targeting thing. I'm like, oh, I wonder why it does that. I'll click it again to see what it said, because it's flash text that I didn't, because I wasn't expecting it, so I didn't see it. It flash text. It said something that I've seen this stuff before, and I've never been more stressed out when I've seen this text.
What did you see?
It said guns out of ammo. I needed to figure out how to reload.
Oh no!
I needed to figure out how to reload because my character is not. It's my character sucks at melee. So taking out this knife to fight 4 rats, I will die. So I needed to figure out how to reload my gun and shoot.
God damn.
So I waste 3 turns trying to figure out how to reload. Because turns out, Alchem, that I didn't realize, because I open my inventory, I mess around, close it, try to do it, open my inventory, mess around, close it. Turns out it takes action points to open your inventory in combat. Which makes sense because, but also it's switching weapons doesn't cost anything. So you can freely switch weapons, just open your inventory cost action points.
Huh.
So, turns out, also, this is going to be funny, also, Alchem. So turns out how you reload your gun is you have bullets in your inventory. When you open your inventory, you can click your bullets and drag it to your gun, and that reloads the bullets. Which is pretty intuitive when you think about it. And the reason it took me 3 turns to do it is I accidentally had my knife equipped, and I was trying to reload my knife. Because I panicked, I switched weapons to the knife and realized, wait, I can't win this with the knife. I need to try to figure out how to reload my gun. And I never switched back.
So you were trying to reload from the inventory. Or no, I guess
so I was like, oh damn, okay, so let me click this, and then I accidentally load my armor-piercing rounds in my pistol. I'm like, oh crap, I just reloaded my good ammo, because there's regular ammo and armor-piercing rounds that I have, because I got armor-piercing rounds from that body that I looted, right? I'm like, damn, I don't want to use this armor-piercing rounds on these rats, you know? But I'll tell you, Alchem, I don't figure out how to unload my gun, so I just shoot these rats with armor-piercing rounds. And let me tell you, Alchem, it killed them really good.
I mean, I figured it would. It should have.
Other than the fact that I missed twice, because 97% means I'm going to miss twice on a rat. And then I left the cave. And then I was like, man, that was stressful. And then I saved the game, and then I closed the game because I had something else to do. Because that took me 40 minutes, basically. And yeah, that's my experience so far in Fallout 1. I'll come back to you next week, hopefully, with more interesting stories. I did travel, so one interesting thing about this, actually, I really like about Fallout 1, is, first of all, there is no controls options in the game. So I have absolutely no idea what any key does.
Oh, it doesn't show
keyboard.
you. Oh.
It doesn't tell you.
No.
Like I said, Alchem, I guessed that I meant inventory. I have no idea what any other key does in the game. Also, by the way, WASD doesn't move the camera, and the arrow keys don't move the camera.
Yeah, I figured.
The only way I know how to move the camera is having my mouse at the edge of the screen, and I don't know how to move it any other way.
Well, shit.
Luckily, the camera moves with your character sometimes, so I'm pretty good. And like I said, turn-based RPG, so I can take my time to do stuff, luckily, if I don't know how to do it. Sorry, actually, you know what? I didn't end there. I just realized. Because one cool thing is that there is maps, basically. So, in Fallout 3, Fallout 4, there are
Mhm.
cities, right? There's locations you can discover.
Yeah.
So those locations that you can discover are the maps in Fallout 1, which you have to remember it's a top-down game, kind of like Baldur's Gate 3. The in-between sections is a top-down map of the area where you travel from location to location. So you're a dot on a map, basically. And there can be random encounters that happen while you travel, right?
Yeah.
So during this, I'm like, okay, so in the first Fallout, you're in a vault. I can't remember which vault you're from, I'm sorry. But I think you're from Vault 13, and your water chip has died, and you need to find a replacement chip, and you know of another vault called Vault 14, and you want to go ask for a replacement water chip because you couldn't figure, and you only have a couple, and the vault only has a couple months left of water. Of clean water, I should say. It's like a filtration system, basically. And you need this chip to fix the machine. They've tried to fix it other ways and they couldn't figure it out. And you're the person that they're sending out to fix this. So I'm heading over to Vault 14. And then I run into a settlement. Or no, sorry. I get a random encounter, Alchem, during my travels. And my arch nemesis, the cave rats, are back. And let me tell you,
Reload
Alchem,
your knife.
I ran out of ammo fighting them.
Oh my.
I missed so many shots. You would think 97% Alchem is a pretty good, decent. No, it's 0%. I missed every shot. And then I was like, okay, I'm out of ammo. It's okay. Also, during the fight, I dropped my ammo out of my inventory partly. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how to pick it back up. Like I said, I'm probably gonna have to remake a character because I have no idea how I dropped my ammo. I think I accidentally dropped it while I was trying to reload my gun.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stab all of these rats to death. All right. You have to remember, I'm not a melee character, so I do like 1 to 4 damage with a knife, and these rats I think have like, it takes like 3 hits for me to kill these guys. But luckily, I can swing multiple times if I don't move. So I'm stabbing these rats. I'm like, okay, I've taken a lot of damage, and I have stim packs in my inventory. So I'm like, okay, now I need to figure this out. I mean, it's better to figure this out now. How do I heal? So after some findangling, I figure out that the way to heal is you take one of your 2 equipment slots, at least, okay, this is how I figured out to heal. I don't know if this is actually the way to heal, to be fair. I took off my gun because I didn't have any bullets, and the bullets were on the ground, and I don't know how to loot the ground, so... So I put my gun back in my inventory and equipped the stim pack to use the stim pack with action points to heal, which worked. I'm like, okay, sweet. And then I commenced to stab all 5 of those rats to death. And then I was like, okay, how much experience have I gained? I've gained 200 experience points, Alchem, with all my killing. Take a guess how much experience points I need to get to level 2.
No idea.
1,000.
Oh god, how much did you get for that?
It turns out each of those rats was worth 25 experience points. Like, they're worth like nothing. They're worth nothing. I've almost died twice, Alchem, and they're worth nothing.
Oh
they're
my
worth
god.
nothing, Alchem. I almost died in the tutorial.
All this time you were doing all this, and it was for 25 each.
Yep.
God damn.
And then I got to the settlement. I talked to a couple characters, looked at like how the dialogue stuff worked. I'm like, which is very interesting, honestly. And then I had to go do something, so then I saved. I'm like, okay, I'll come back to this later. I did actually figure out how to get my gun and bullets back. So I'm not sure. My problem is that at least I don't know how to open my character sheet. So I need to know what I actually skilled.
Oh.
Because you gotta remember, I made my character not realizing that I could make the font and everything bigger because of the modern resolution.
Oh.
So I actually don't know what I tagged for skills. Because you remember in Fallout, oh, did you play Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3?
I played Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. I never
Yeah.
got into New Vegas.
Well, because Fallout 4 has a different skill or leveling system, which is why. So you remember in Fallout 3, you could tag skills to get increased, like speech, barter, and all that type of stuff. When you create a character.
Yeah.
I don't know what skills I tagged because I couldn't read it. The text was so small. I just tagged 3 things and hoped for the best. So I actually don't know what I've tagged. So I might have to restart a character because I honestly have no idea what I tagged. It's one of those things where I don't know. I just don't know. I honestly just don't know.
You may definitely have to just make a new one.
I think I did take. I'm pretty sure. So Bloody Mess, the perk Bloody Mess.
Oh, that
does
one is
exist
such a
in Fallout
good.
1.
Yeah.
It does exist in Fallout 1, and I'm pretty sure I took that. Because what Bloody Mess does in Fallout 1 is the most gruesome death animation plays for everyone. It doesn't do anything in terms of stat-wise. It just makes it so every death animation has the most gruesome.
Which is good. You need that.
Which is good, so that's why I took it. And yeah, so that's my experience so far in Fallout
Suddenly
1.
randomly Knives of Radix blows up into a bloody
I did
splatter.
almost, actually, speaking of that, so just before I saved and quit, I almost shot an innocent civilian by accident. Because when you enter this town, the first town that you enter, they tell you to holster your weapons. And I didn't read that and just started sprinting in the thing, fully armed with my weapons out.
Oh no.
And they basically gave me a warning and like said, hey, if you don't stop, we're gonna shoot you. And I'm like, what do you mean? Oh damn, I'm just pointing a gun at them by accident, basically. So I put my gun away and said, my bad.
Can't almost murder.
And then I walked into town, talked to some people, and then Alchem, after all this playtime, I haven't even gone to quest yet. I still haven't talked to any quest givers.
You're still learning all the tutorial.
I talked to one guy that's telling me to talk to another person to get to a quest. And then I talked to another person and accidentally teleported myself into a rad scorpion cave and said, "Oh God, I hope I can just leave." And then I just left. And I'm like, "Oh, thank God."
So basically, you've literally been roaming around. You haven't even talked to an actual quest giver. You've just been talking to NPCs that guide you to the quest giver.
I've talked to NPCs that guide me to a quest, and I've talked to an NPC that is technically a quest giver, but doesn't give you like, it's like a, hey, do you want to go kill stuff? And the answer is yes. He teleports you to a map to kill stuff. It's like a cave. It's like clear a cave quest basically. And I obviously, as you can tell, my combat experience is not nearly good enough. I'm not nearly good enough to kill anything other than I can barely kill rats. So I need some better gear at least. Also, you don't start with any money because you're a vault dweller, so you don't have any caps. So I have 0 money. I've got bullets, 1 stim pack left, a pistol, and a knife, and a dream. And we'll see how far I can go with that.
You got
I'm
this.
pretty sure I
believe in
tagged.
you.
I'm pretty sure I tagged speech, guns, and either a doctor or like the doctor skill or like maybe barter. I'm pretty sure I tagged guns and speech though. So as long as those 2 things are tagged, I think I'm just gonna keep going and just hope for the best. And this is gonna start my segment of weekly updates of how Fallout 1 is going. And as a final funny thing, speaking of Fallout, because I do have one article to go off of my Fallout story. Just because it's hilarious. Bethesda patched the next gen update has come out for Fallout 4, right? And apparently it has broken everything. Like, we knew it was gonna break stuff on PC, but apparently even on console it broke everything. like it basically did nothing for like apparently it made it so it forced you to use the new settings of the next gen update, which destroyed people, like which people playing on the older consoles just basically made it lag permanently. And stuff like that. Like it was awful. So apparently now, like they updated, they did next gen update 2 with a new patch, and they made it so you can switch between settings on consoles, so you can like actually get better FPS. Which, by the way, Malcolm, for some reason on console you can choose to have 40 FPS, which is a very odd FPS to choose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like having 30, I think the difference between 30 and 40 isn't that big of a deal, but the difference between 30 and 60 is a big deal.
That's a big deal, yeah.
But like, I don't know anyone who wants 40 FPS.
Yeah,
it's very strange.
Like, I
but
don't think it'd be that
honestly
noticeable either. Like,
yeah.
oh.
So, and also apparently, on PC, it basically is a useless change, and one of the most downloaded mods, or one of the most downloaded tools right now is Fallout 4 Downgrader tool, which reverts the game pre-next gen patch. So the most popular tool right now, recently, for Fallout 4, is to stop it from updating.
Of course.
Because one, it breaks all the mods that people love, and honestly, I'm not a huge mod user, so even if I were to play Fallout 4, that wouldn't be a big deal. Because apparently, it actually, for PC specifically, it apparently patches. Bethesda did the unknowable thing outcome. They fixed a couple bugs, and they fixed one of the major bugs that was problem with Fallout 4. Is so you know in Fallout 4 when you get to, oh god, what's the first town name? The one where Preston's on the balcony shooting at people?
I don't remember.
I can't remember what that town name is.
Yeah, I don't remember
But
either.
you remember when you kill the raider, when you kill all the raiders and he shouts at you to grab the laser musket?
Yeah.
There's a bug in the game where he doesn't do that. And he just never calls to you to grab the laser musket, and
so they're just always fighting?
And it soft lock. No. You kill the raiders and he never.
Oh, so it never continues.
He just doesn't do anything.
And
it soft locks your game, and that
yeah,
save file.
Because I was like, wait, he's a major story.
That save file is now useless.
Okay. Yeah. Damn.
Well, okay, it's not completely useless, but you can't do
the main story.
You can't do the. You can. I think you can technically finagle your way to make it so it does eventually work. You'll just never get the Minutemen quests. Mm-hmm. So you can't side with the Minutemen because you can never start the Minutemen stuff.
I would have sworn that that part is a major part of the story, or I guess not.
You can go to, I think you can go to Diamond City and force the game to trigger something.
Yeah.
To make it think you've done those quests, but you can't actually do them.
Okay.
It's like I said, it's a jank way to make it so you force yourself and you just can't side with the Minutemen at the end because you've never technically done anything for the Minutemen.
Oh,
I think. But anyway, it's fixed now. It actually patched it. They patched it, so it happened. It basically will happen significantly less frequently, if ever. So yeah, that's interesting. But with that outcome, that's the last story I have for this week. How any final comments on any of these things that I talked about? I hope you'll enjoy my weekly Fallout 1 rant.
Yes,
Fallout
please let us know more of the exploits of the Jelly of the Wastes.
Me playing a game from 1997 and me being like, how the heck do I open my character sheet? I still don't know, Alcom. I hit C and nothing happened. I don't know if that's me doing something wrong.
I keep hitting the button and nothing works. Nothing's working. Oh my lord. Oh, this was gonna be an interesting thing. Jelly does not. You don't even know the controls. Well, I mean,
I know the mouse controls and that's it.
Don't look it up. Just don't look it up. That's all.
Yeah. No. I'm no, Alcom. With this, there is no looking up there unless I think there is a bug that is affecting my experience. I will not be looking anything up. Just to I guess I did say we're gonna end, but just to say I do know what happens in Fallout 1 because I know the Fallout lore, so I know what happens, but I don't know how it happens in the games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know technically what happens, and I know the story beats, but I've never played it, and I've only seen a couple things from some YouTube videos that when people go hardcore nerd over the lore of Fallout 1 and 2, right? So I've never actually like played it myself, and I've never seen like the full context of everything in the games themselves.
It's all new to me.
Yeah, so I'll let you know, and I'll show you I'll take screenshots so I can show you what it looks like, Alchem, because I don't know if you actually know what Fallout 1 looks like.
I've seen it's been a while since I've seen it, but I have
definitely seen it though.
Yeah,
because it's one of those classic CRPGs from the 90s era.
Old ass, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So other than that, any final statements on the?
To be quite honest, nah, I got nothing this week. There was not much. I'm like literally working on stuff myself, so I have not been keeping up with stuff going around.
Yeah, true. Okay, well then do your shoutouts.
Oh my god, put me on the spot, why don't you? Alright.
I literally said we're doing the outro.
Still put me on the spot, damn. Okay, I see how it is. Alright.
You know you do the shoutouts first.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching through the live stream, thank you so much, and those watching on YouTube, appreciate you watching and giving us all these views. Please continue to grow the podcast. My name is Alchem, your co-host, and you can catch me usually streaming on Twitch, where I play lots and lots of different games. I usually am a little tanuki, but I swapped over to my RAM form today. Why? Because I can. It's funny.
Yep.
I like doing it. You can't stop me. And yeah, on Twitch, you can also catch me on YouTube as well. I'm starting to go and just do streams over on YouTube as well, but it's usually just the stream, just normal gaming streams. And I play everything. I literally play it. There's only a few genre of games that I don't play, and sometimes I'm also just exploring VR chat. So I hope you guys enjoy any of that. You can also catch me on Twitter, where I post random updates to streams, random clips, funny pictures I see with my models. And you can also, if you wish to support, just simply watch, view, subscribe if you want. Even go to the Patreon, where I have basically I post random updates and everything. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and that is my take. Now on to Jelly.
Yep. Hello everyone, my name is Detective Jelly. If you would like to check me out, I am on youtube.com/thetechnojelly. I play Minecraft, Valorant, and Vampire Survivors, which are 3 games that I never thought I'd be constantly making content of, but I do. And yeah, this podcast is uploaded every week on my YouTube channel on Sundays. If you'd like to join, I'd appreciate if you join either YouTube memberships or do super chats and all that, super thanks, all that stuff. If you'd like to check me out on other platforms, I do multi-stream all my stuff on Twitch as well as YouTube. I also have a TikTok, Instagram, and a Twitter account. If you'd like to support this podcast directly, I have a Patreon account where I upload the full unedited recording of the podcast session, which includes a before Alchem shows up scenes of me talking to myself mostly. Honestly, it's me talking to myself and saying Alchem should be here any minute now, and that repeats like 4 or 5 times. While me talking about the just stuff that's happening, either yeah, honestly, it's just me rambling to myself. And then Alchem shows up and we talk a bit before we start the stream on his channel, and then we do a little bit of after as well. So other than that, thank you all for watching, and we will see you again next Sunday for the next episode of Two Buds, One Podcast. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, guys.
Okay. Noise.
Alright. Huh.
Yeah.
No. And now, because you mentioned Fallout, I gotta remember. Gotta see about doing that. I gotta do nights on this on the Discord. Mia actually gave me the idea. Mia's like, Mia's like, dude, we should do Discord nights for that. Like, it actually sounds like a cool idea.
Community night Discord show, watch an episode a day or something like that, or do a binge watch episode, do a binge thing.
Exactly. You are.
How come I killed the rats but died from the rat scorpions? Almost Spartan. I bravely ran away from the rat scorpions.
I heroically retreated from the red clothes. Yes. Strategic
Yeah, I
retreat.
love-
Bravely.
Yes, I strategically advanced backwards, Alcon.
At full sprint.
Yeah. Which I figured out because I could double click.
Took a bit, but you got it. Yeah.
Fallout is an amazingly great show. It is, honestly. Honestly, it's one of my favorite TV shows in a long time. If we were to do our top 10 thing, the Fallout TV show would be on it.
Oh, man. Let's see. Just strategically no clipped into the. Oh my god, that would suck if you ran into a super beam that early on.
You actually, I know you can technically,
Oh my god.
because the game is it's a 90s CRPG, so there's no level scaling. So if you go the wrong way, you can just run into high level enemies and get wrecked.
Oh Jesus. All right then. So. Damn.
Because the game tells you to go to Vault 14.
Hmm.
And if you don't go to Vault 14, because you can click anywhere on the map, you can go anywhere you want, technically. It's just what's blocking you is high-level enemies. So, I mean, you could risk it and try, like, but it's all random base counters, right? So you could try to risk it and just hope you don't get a really
no
bad
invisible
encounter.
walls, but the bouncers will wreck your shit.
Yeah, basically. So, like, you can technically luck out and just never get an encounter and go straight to where the game ends, technically.
Actually, that
Try to
would be
cheese and die.
really
Basically, dude. I think the speed run of the game. Part of it is also you can like if you go in certain directions. I don't know. The problem is I want to watch the speed run of the game, but it also will spoil me of the entire game. So
Yeah,
like,
that's
I don't
true,
want
so
to
you
watch
don't
it.
wanna watch
Once
that.
once I beat the game once, I'm gonna watch the speed run just to see.
Oh. I gotta get into it myself. Well, I at least gotta do New Vegas because that was gifted to me a while ago. I just never got around to getting to play it. Now I definitely want to. Especially since I think the game takes place a few years after New Vegas. I mean, not the game, the show. The show.
The Fallout TV show happens years after New Vegas. Yeah. I think 15 years after New Vegas, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I gotta try.
Fallout New Vegas.
Do watch nights while every once in a while I play New Vegas. See how it goes. Looking at okay.
It's yeah, Fallout New Vegas takes place in 2281, and the show takes place in 2290. I think. Wait, let me just double check that. Fallout. When does the Fallout TV show take place? The show takes place in 2296, and so New Vegas happened in 2281. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 80. Yeah, so it takes place 19 years, basically. Wait, I don't know. It's over 10 years. I can't do math right now.
Well, eventually you'll get it. No worries,
Yeah.
Jelly. No worries.
Wait, I have a calculator right beside me.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, that's calendar.
No.
2286 minus
Mhm.
2296. 10 years. No, 81. Whoops.
Hmm.
15 years. There we go. So it's 15 years after. And to be fair, in the show, I already know that there is a slight mistake, or I don't know if it's a mistake. It's definitely a little bit misleading on some of the dates in the show when you see in some of the background stuff, because it basically made it so some of the stuff was just felt like they retconned whole things, and they just did a correction of like, guys, no, it's not what you think. Calm down. Stop rioting, please. Yeah, because all the games are canon and the show's canon, and like some of the things that happened in the show, everyone's like, "Oh my god, did they just retcon all of the games?" And no, there was just some people thinking a little too deep into it.
People love to overthink. I mean, people
It's true.
love to overthink things.
Yeah, and Fallout 4 happened in 2287, and Fallout 3 happened in 2277. So the Fallout show is actually the latest we've ever been in terms of the Fallout timeline, because it happens in 2296, which is the latest we've ever been. Because the bombs drop in 2077.
Mm-hmm. Oh. No, I definitely know. I just definitely gotta get involved in that. I gotta definitely play the game and also then just watch the series.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just gonna be a week kind of just cash into the series, but then I started to hear a lot of good things
No,
from
it's
people.
pretty good. Even from me, who is like, I am not a super hardcore Fallout nerd, but like I do really enjoy the Fallout stuff. Oh, you got raided.
Oh.
Hey,
Hello.
Tuna.
Hey, Tuna, welcome and thanks for joining. We're currently doing the podcast. Technically, we're doing the
after. We're
doing the
after.
after. Yeah. Welcome to the
We're doing
after
the-
pod, the post podcast cast.
Post podcast. I like that. We're doing the PP right now. The post podcast.
Yeah.
That's what.
Don't-
That's what it's called
Oh,
now. It's
I'm not
100%
gonna
called
call
that
it the
now.
PP. Oh my lord.
Only during these sections. I can't call it that during when we're actually doing the recording. I don't want to get demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah. You don't want to get demonetized on YouTube.
You're not going to get demonetized on Twitch. Twitch doesn't care.
They're gonna look at me like, you said PP. How dare you?
We've said much
Ban
worse
'em.
things. We said much things
Ban
worse
'em.
last night.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I was lying down and literally giving everyone a shot
wow.
when I was lying down.
What's the topic? Well, we were usually on the podcast. It's mostly gaming, basically gaming, culture, like anime, sci-fi, anything that kind of piques our own interest.
I would say it's nerd culture.
Nerd culture is,
Nerd
yeah.
stuff.
You know what? That's
We
a
talk about
catch-all
all
term.
nerd stuff.
That's
It's
definitely the catch-all term. So yeah, we were talking about a couple of gaming news, a couple of updates. The Steam...
I bring interesting stories to Alcom, and then I grill Alcom on what he thinks.
I either if I know about it, I comment myself, and or I'm fascinated over all of it. Like the whole, like one for the Steam, the leak of
the leak of the Steam game. That's
their
interesting.
live
I'm
game.
honestly interested with that.
I honestly really am looking forward to it. I really do.
We are
I
nerds.
kind of want it. I kind of really do want a new hero-based shooter. I want refreshing
Yeah, I do
characters.
I mean, honestly, unfortunately, Deadlock isn't going to be. I doubt that's happening anytime soon. But I definitely am interested in Marvel Rivals because that's.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm definitely that. We
That's
said the other
2025.
time that one's definitely gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I have
Still
a
want
playlist on my
Deadpool in
YouTube channel.
it.
Pardon. I have a playlist on my YouTube channel if you want to go back into the episodes.
Mm-hmm. You can, and I did, like I said, for that one, I'm looking forward to certain iconic characters that I really hope get in that game. But for Fall,
Unfortunately, Spartan Metroid Prime 4 isn't very likely.
we're not getting that shit for another year. We're waiting. No, you know what? I bet we're getting that when the next Nintendo console comes out.
The next Nintendo console is most likely when that. If that's happening, that's gonna happen on the next Nintendo.
It's
console.
either the
Let's see what
current
happens.
one that they've announced they're gonna make, the new one, the Switch, whatever
The
they're gonna
Switch
call
2
it.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a next gen console for Nintendo. It's basically like the Wii U of the Switch.
Yeah.
And
We'll see.
I am saying this now. If they call it the Switch Up, I am a genius. I know what they're planning. I know.
I really want them to call it the Switch 2.
Switch. Oh my god, that would be. But that's basically just
If they
calling it
call it
like a
the
next
Switch-
gen.
If they call it the Switch U, oh my god, that's
If they call it the Switch U, I'm not. No, just no. Just out of sheer anger and spite, I will not get it. Just how dare you? How dare you do this to me again, Nintendo? The Switch U. Although the Switch, I was gonna say the Wii U did have some good games. Sadly,
It
no
did.
one
It's
really.
terrible marketing.
Yeah, terrible marketing. Also, what was the point? Because it was like 2 years or less. It was less than 2 years, and then a new console. I was like, or it was. I think it was 3 or 4 years. Then the Switch.
I mean, to be fair, I think one of the reasons why the Switch came out so early is because the Wii U did so terribly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like no one knew what the console was. Honestly, even me being in the know as like a person that watches, looks at news, I didn't know it was a brand new console.
Yeah, they
For
didn't
like a
advertise
year.
that well. They
I
never
thought it was
advertised it.
I thought it was I thought it was a controller for
Yeah,
the Wii.
everyone thought it was a controller attachment.
I thought it was a tablet controller for the Wii.
And then Nintendo's like,
I'm like,
no,
"Oh,
no, you have
it's a
to get
new
the console
console."
too.
I'm like, "Console? You released a new console?"
This is a
And I'm in the
console?
know. Like I will look for this stuff. Not nearly as much then, to be fair, but like still.
I'll say though, they also didn't plan to sell that much of it because when I came out, I got one day one. I am that much of a diehard for some consoles when I really want it.
Yeah.
I went to the store, I lined up out in the fucking cold. It was bad. It was freezing. I was I was miserable. But I got my Wii U. And I was happy because it did have some games that I did want on it. And I don't regret getting it. But at the same time, I'm just like, you guys were not planning on this because you didn't make enough anywhere.
Yeah.
It was always sold out, but it was not because like people the high demand for it. I mean, there was demand for it
There
because
was
it
a
was
high
coming out
demand
during the
for it, to be
holiday,
fair.
but the
But
numbers weren't there.
I mean also just the console itself, like
Mhm.
the dock is such a terrible piece of plastic. Like
Mm.
it the dock is basically just a hunk of plastic with like connectors in it. Like there's nothing Nintendo about it. Nintendo usually does stuff, you know? Like
Jesus,
it's very weird.
you got your DS. It's called the Switch.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, yeah. Just enjoy your Switch. Just shut up and eat your Switch.
Yeah. We have a Nintendo DS at home.
We have a Nintendo DS at home. God, God damn. Okay. Ow. I was like, I want a new DS. No, you have the DS. You have the 3DS at home. Be happy. God, I forgot about the 3DS.
I have the 3DS. I have the Zelda version.
I just it was such a weird. That was such a weird era. I got a DS. I need a new Switch. Can you Switch? You can tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You know what? Your Switch is obsolete. No, your DS is obsolete. The marketplace is gone. You can't go online with it no more.
It's true.
Welcome. I was so sad when they closed because I'm just like, what happened? I had all these games on that thing online. And I had to make sure I downloaded them all. I still, thank goodness, I still have my Smash Bros. Edition one that still works like a charm. I'm just sad about my what's it called, the original DS I had, the one that actually could play advanced games as well. Oh, that was such a good one. Then they took away
I have
the
that one
advanced.
too.
And then they took away the advanced peripheral or the ability to play advanced games. I'm like, why?
That's how I played Advance Wars 2 a lot.
Me too. It was so much fun that way.
Yeah. Though I still have an I still have a Game Boy Advance SP, like the silver one.
Never thought about online. I'm happy with all the games I got. See, I'd be too, but there are some games I could only get.
Anything. I never bought anything from the Nintendo shop.
There was only a few
I
games
only
that I
started
could
buying
get.
stuff from it with the Switch because I trust Nintendo not to shut down the Switch shop. At least a little bit. Not really, actually.
See, there was only. I know that I got Shovel Knight when it came out on the marketplace because it took them a few years before it became a physical copy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did get it because that was.
I mean, Nintendo games is one of the few games that I kind of like try my best not to buy digitally because like I just can't trust them.
No, they will shut down their market and make you rebuy the same game again. Which is again, it goes back to my point. Remember, you're not buying the game; you're buying the experience. It's an experience, Jelly. Remember that.
Yeah,
don't
that's
own-
true.
You don't own the game. You just have the experience.
You own the license.
Sorry, I wanted to swear so hard right there. I hate this. I hate this current gen, where the mentality for most developers or publishers are like, we're trying to sell you an experience. By the way, the physical copy isn't real. It's just a key to let you download the game. The disc doesn't hold anything. Your PC or your console has to have memory space. Good luck with that. Oh my god. This is the gen of gaming I hate. But oh well, it is what it is. All right then, Jelly.
Ah,
And-
crap! I didn't tweet out that we're doing the Damn it!
I forgot to. I just posted random, and I was like,
I just checked Twitter. I'm like, I was supposed to do something on Twitter. I forgot. It's okay.
it happens.
I mean, hey, we still got a lot of people watching anyway. So
Exactly.
luckily,
Plus,
your Twitch channel is popular enough that we don't need to tweet out. It's your Twitch channel. It's literally your
You think
Twitch
people
channel.
don't like watching the podcast just
It's
for the
literally
sheer
your
podcast?
Twitch channel.
Uh-huh.
It's literally your Twitch channel, Alcon. I swear
And-
to God, I'll buy a plane ticket. We're gonna fight.
We will. I will fight. I will fight you, little slime.
I don't have hands. I'll just absorb you.
Oh wait, right. Never mind.
I'll absorb you.
No, get away from me.
I'm absorbing. I'm in
Get
front.
away! Get away! Okay, good thing you're in the background, not in front.
I'm in front of you for
So,
me.
True be told, everyone from here, Jelly is actually this big. They're just in the background. They're actually like a couple 100 feet away. You don't
I
bel-
know he is Jesus. It's fine.
You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Watch as I go back there. Hold on, let me keep going. I gotta keep moving. Sorry. Hi, Jelly. There we go. There we go. See how tall they are compared to me? And goddamn. All right, let me get back here. Whoop. Oh, sorry, I got way too close to the mic. There we go. Much better. But yeah, see? Now you know the size comparison. See, I always tell Jelly he's bigger. See? He is the bigger streamer.
That's kaiju. That's just not true.
Literally.
ASMR podcast. When?
ASMR podcast,
I can't
when?
do ASMR.
Hi, welcome to the podcast, everyone.
I have too many breathing
hope-
problems to do ASMR. I
hope
cough
you
way
guys-
too much.
I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Well, I don't even know if I don't even know if that could be heard on my mic. I just started to make random.
I mean, honestly, Alcon, not too bad. Honestly, your ASMR arc is here.
Oh God, no, thanks. At one point, I didn't.
Stop,
At one
please.
point, all I did was just flap my mouth, and that's it. I didn't even start whispering anymore. I'm just like, I'm not doing it up close anymore. Oh my God, it picked up.
It did pick up. I heard it on Discord at least.
Oh God, sorry. That's what I normally hear from. That's what I normally hear from ASMR. So I'm like, oh no, stop,
Well,
no.
it depends on ASMR. Honestly,
I'm-
some of my favorite ASMR is like nature sounds.
See,
There's
okay,
this one channel
background.
that I watch where there's this one channel that I watch
Mhm.
called Bushcraft,
Mhm.
and where he just like is in the wilderness making a fire, chopping wood, cooking stuff
Oh,
over a
yeah,
fire,
you just hear that.
making tools with wood carving and stuff.
It just sounds
Sometimes
like
he goes-
camping background noise, right?
It's basically just camping background.
Yeah,
noise,
that's good. I love that because it gives you that atmosphere. It feels so
Yeah.
nice.
There's also a couple times where he's near a lake as well, and he goes fishing, so there's
So-
just fishing noises
so
in the background, the water noises.
One time to like give me like a mental kind of feeling that I'm there, I had something like that playing, and I also got this candle that basically has that kind of smell, like the smell of wilderness and stuff. Like I think it was like cedar and some other stuff, cedar and pine or some other stuff like that. It was actually really, really nice. It felt really cool. All I had to do was just like turn down my light because I didn't want a fluorescent bulb and stuff. So I just had the window open and it was like a nice kind of blue hue that came in through the window. It was really cool to do some cool combination like that. I must play around with stuff like that again, and with fire. I mean, not with fire. Candles, yes. Ooh, look, a candle. Where's my candle? There's my candle. Let me light this right now. Light. Ah! I didn't do it. I swear.
What did you do?
I tell you what I didn't do. I did not just light up a can. Where is my candle lighter? Where did I put that bitch?
Honestly, I don't really have candles.
Oh yeah, it's because you smell like grape usually. So I mean, what do you know? I
It's also
start
because-
belittling Jelly for being. You wouldn't know. You're a slime.
That's true. I wouldn't know.
Oh,
I also
wow.
don't have a nose.
I feel
so-
like such an ass.
I mean, I also don't have a nose.
kick him.
so-
Kick him while he's down. Kick him.
No.
Now I'm just. Oh wait, now I'm just remembering. There were. Thank goodness no one has done any of that kind of art where it's like me just picking on poor Jelly.
What do you got artwork of you eating me?
Oh yeah, that was a funny one. That was hilarious.
You literally have artwork of
Oh yeah,
me
that
taking
was
a bite.
that was funny as hell.
You got my permission for it, so like I totally knew it was happening, but like you can't say that. You literally got artwork of me
Yeah.
you trying
No,
to
but
eat
there should be one of me like kicking you or like stomping you and be like. Tick,
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done there should need to be one where you're trying to recreate the
I wish I could do it.
the Lion King scene and then you just yeet me
You'd be like,
instead.
yeet! Just wait, the meme one where Rafiki's like holding Simba up, but then also
Yeah.
like two-hand chucks him across the
Yeah, that's
Serengeti.
exactly what I was saying.
Oh god, that okay. I was
It'd
like,
be
oh,
great.
that's the one you're referring to.
I'm very yeetable. I know this.
Yes, you are very eatable. Yeetable.
At least in this form. I guess
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
technically
forgot.
shorter than you in VR chat as well, I guess. by
Yeah.
default.
It's like
But
that
your
thing-
height changes depending on what form you are, so
That's true. It's all part of being a multi-shape shifting Tanuki, and I'm just like, damn, I'm glad.
actually now that I think about it, am I taller than you in any of your forms? I think you're taller than me in all your forms. If I go by my
maybe
default
not the
height.
Neko. Maybe not the Neko. The Neko is meant to be one of the
that's
shortest.
cat Neko, you're right. The Neko, yeah, but that one's like comically short.
Let's
'Cause
see.
all your other ones are pretty regular height, and they're taller than me because I'm pretty short in VR chat. Then again, I am shorter than you in real life as well, so, but not nearly as much though.
I'm just trying to remember.
Remember what?
No, there was a line from like the old Ninja Turtles movie where they're like, "Man, I'm glad I'm a turtle." I'm like, "Man, I'm glad I'm a Tanuki."
Yeah, yeah.
It is. It is always fun. But nah.
Wow, you didn't even at me in the picture, Alchem.
What do you mean? I didn't add anyone. I just posted. I need to actually
I know.
post more pictures. That's the thing. I definitely need to post more pictures. That's why soon I will be posting more. And hey, what's up, Godden? How you doing? Guess who's back? Welcome back. You've joined us during the post podcast,
Back.
and I think we're winding down to our point where me and Jelly. Well, do you have anything more you'd like to say, or anything more we would like
I mean, Alchem, we can talk to each other for hours if we really
True.
wanted to.
I mean, we
but
did- we
yeah,
literally
I
did that the
we
other
can-
day.
Yeah, we can end it here if you want. I mean,
Sure.
honestly, Alchem,
Yeah.
I said I'm gonna go join Alchem, say hi, and then say bye, and then I ended up staying for like an hour. I'm like, it's
Time
almost
flies.
3 a.m.
Yeah, time flew. I honestly just did not have a plan that day. I just wanted to chill. I was having a good time. I was having fun with me in there.
Yeah.
And then just everyone, when people popped in, I was like, "Hey, how's it going? What's up?" And then we chilled, chatted, or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go back to work technically. So,
I see. All right then.
so yeah, I will talk to you all later. It was fun, and same time next week.
Yeah, same time next week. Get out of here. Go. Get.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay,
Ah.
fine.
Uh, what are you do? What are you doing? Get out of here. I'll phase out of existence by walking this way. Whoa! Alright. Now, chew. That. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not going crazy. Oh, excuse me. Something in my nose. But that was a Techno Jelly, everyone. I hope you guys had fun during the podcast. Let me just make sure I have all these things set up and organized. Move this back here so I can actually... What's up? Oh, and thank you for the bless you. Appreciate it. And let's see, everyone who's popped in. Thank you again, everyone. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Appreciate the raid earlier.
Thank you guys all for keeping us company, and I hope you guys enjoyed all the conversation. I am currently trying to be right. I'm trying to think. Right now, it is currently 8:20. I wanted to get some work on some stuff, but I also wanted to get to work on some games that I wanted to finish. And I'm just thinking, part of me is like, continue stream, finish, finish sneezing, or finish another crab's treasure. Damn it! I mean, Thank you for the bless again. I'm thinking just finish another crab's treasure. Or deal with this. Whatever the hell is either someone's talking about someone is talking isn't it when someone's like when you sneeze a lot it's because someone's talking about you? I forget that. I forget what it is. Oh my god, oh baby, a triple. That's not the triple I want. Yeah, it's when someone's saying I know when I think it's like when you sneeze a lot, it's because someone's talking either bad about you. I know. As soon as I left, oh, I see. And I know when your ears are burning, it's because someone's talking good about you or something like that. Or I think that's just a turn of phrase. I don't think the ears are burning is actually a real thing. I just remember that's just a turn of phrase. I'm dumb. So let me go and see. First off, let me see something. If I can just do this, then sure, I will do another crab's treasure. If I can't do this, I might just go ahead and wrap up and just chill and just relax and get to work on stuff. You need footage of the sneeze compilation. Hey, why do you need a compilation of me sneezing? I am just dying over here. Please, please. You can always do more VR chat. But then I'd also have to end the stream. You seem to forget that to hop into VR chat, I need to swap over. Also, I need to get honestly thanks to Mia for letting me know that exists. I need to also, honey, if you're there, I'm here and you can pop in if you'd like. But thanks to her, I know that I can get this cool little hub thing for my trackers, so I don't have like 3 of them connected at once on my PC. And oh my god, that would save me so much on a lot of things. All right, let's test this theory. All right, chat. This is a theory, a game theory. It's quite literally a game theory because if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and it won't show the game. So let's see. In case VTuber Sneezes comes back, I think they you're talking about the Twitter channel. No, yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right, honey. You're right. It was absolutely. No, I was like, no. It wasn't. No, it was. I didn't say no. No, please. I didn't say no to you. I was like, no, it was an involuntary reaction. I swear. No. No. Why? Okay, so Chad, for context, Mia's trying to stop me from just disagreeing, from being complimented and being told stuff like that I'm cute or other stuff like that. Because normally I will argue that completely all the time. She's trying to make me stop that, and in order to stop me, she is basically saying every time you deny, you have to take hot sauce, a shot of hot sauce, and every time you continue to further it, and basically if I deny it, it gets doubled. And if I at least retract it and pull it back, then I don't have to drink it, but it still stays at the punishment of the. It is currently at 40. It is at 40, and I'm very scared for my throat. I'm scared for this. I'm scared for this, and I'm scared for back there when the day comes. Oh, but I still got to do the ramen challenge anyway. I think I'm gonna do that sometime this week. I'm gonna maybe Thursday during Paper Mario. That way, when I'm dying, I at least get to enjoy one of my favorite games. I think. I don't want you to kiss it and make it better. I want her to kiss it and make it better. Oh, yeah, I could do the pizza too. Oh, I could. True. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I will hold on before I do this. Let me go back on this. Um I do owe that one, I owe you a hot sauce thing. Two, I owe you a you guys make my pizza stream. So for the you guys make my pizza stream, that's gonna be a small. It's gonna be basically a personal pan pizza. So it's gonna be like one of those small ones. I'm not gonna get a giant one and full of all the stuff that I'll probably not eat, and I'm not gonna waste an entire pizza. I'd rather get like. Oh, you're right. You're right. Not that fast. It's thankfully it's very lenient. I hope this one comes with a feet pick too. Shut up. Yeah, let me undo it because I know I wouldn't do that. Yeah. So, but yeah, the pizza one where Chad makes my pizza is gonna be one of those small personal pan ones because again, I do not want to make a big one because I probably won't eat it. My family wouldn't eat it afterwards if I'm done with it and be like, here, family, you can have it. They wouldn't like that because my family also doesn't like certain toppings as well. And I don't want to waste I don't want to waste the expense, nor do I want to waste the food. That's like super cardinal sin. I'm not giving a pizza to Ruckus, especially if it might have pineapple on it. That shit will kill him. Your brother, can you have it? He's not here. He's no longer here. But the residue will still be there. If I pick out the pineapple, it's the residue. You don't understand. It's just like if I order. It's just like if I order pepperoni and my mom hates pepperoni, and I'm like, "Mom, don't worry, I'll just peel off the pepperoni." It's like, no, the residue's still there. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. So you say. Also, I've had pineapple on pizza, all because I always never liked it. I never tried it before, but then to put my money where my mouth is, and to not speak just blatantly without any proof, I tried it. That shit tastes nasty. I don't like it. I don't like the sweet and savoriness mixed together. Pineapple is sweet, pizza is savory. They should be separate. You do not do that. I know there's stuff like sweet and sour. No. Barbecue's mm, no. Really? Barbecue as the base instead of tomato? Yeah, instead of marinade? Well, isn't that just not pizza anymore at that point? I mean, I don't know what. But barbecue. What is the white sauce in the Philly cheesesteak pizza? Isn't that pesto or something? Hmm. What there's talking about me? I swear to God, it's like happening way too. Oh God. Ah, what the? Okay. So one, I can't get the game started unless I restart stream. So I think I will go ahead and call it for now. So no additional stream after this. I'm sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. There's nothing more. Goodbye now. But tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna leave them at the Walmart parking lot. What? I mean, what? Besides, that way I can spend time with you. Mwah. Fine. Yeah, but that does. See, you going with that logic. I going with that logic about me liking to do things. I'd like to do you, but I can't. Haha. Haha. You thought I wouldn't say it. You thought I wouldn't say it. I did it. Ah. Okay. Except for distance. Huh? Right. Mm. Mm. All right, then. Let me go ahead and restart stream and then do another Crab's Tale or another Crab's Treasure. Finish up this game so that I have more games that I finished up. Finally. All right, so chat. Yeah. Yeah. So chat. Love you too, honey. All right, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end stream abruptly, but then I'm gonna restart stream. We're gonna finish up another Crab Treasure. I don't know how far we are from the end. I mean, we should be near the end. We entered into the old Undersea, so all that's left is to wrap up. But I love you too, honey. All we have to do is what was I? Oh yeah, we just have to wrap up that and hopefully get be done with that. So then we have another game under our belt. Finally. Why does the capture card need you to reset OBS? Because for some stupid reason. I mean, hold on here. I'll explain it, or I'll at least show it and not tell. So for some reason, here's the capture card. Just showing 1 moment, please. On OBS, I have the option to deactivate it and then reactivate it, and by doing so, it should show it. But as you can see, in like a few seconds, nothing happens, and it just goes to the 1 moment, please thing. However, if I start up the capture card on Elgato's thing, it works. It just works. And then when I start it up on OBS again, it works again. But if I try to start the Elgato capture card or the Elgato program, it doesn't run. It doesn't go. It says capture card is currently being used by another program, OBS. Like right now, I'm already doing capture card is already being used by another application, and that's it. So nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Everyone looks pissed. Nothing's happening. There you go. Do you have a suggestion? If you do, I am willing to try it. Also, I will say this: another Crab's Treasure is fun. Kind of wish the OST was a little bit more lively. Right click Elgato on OBS and go to properties. Try checking the box that says deactivate when not showing. I already do that. It's already on. It says it's just it never worked. And usually I have it active anyway. So look, see, I've already have it on like that. I just usually have it activated. So, see, it's one of those. There's nothing I haven't already tried that you guys could suggest, unless there's something absolutely groundbreaking that I never ever would have thought of, and no normal rational person would have thought of. And there you go. See, nothing's happening. I even go on to the properties page and just hit activate, deactivate kind of thing. Just manually activating and deactivating it. And nothing happens. So, don't know what could be causing... That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out what could be causing this. Nothing I can think of. Nothing that I could even reason out would cause this to happen. But it happens. And I have to literally turn on the Elgato program and then turn it off, because once the Elgato program's on and it shows what it's capturing, then I can close it and then open up OBS and deactivate, reactivate, and it's showing. Like right now, Jesus, it took that long to finally show it. I had it activated all this time since I started talking to you and explaining, and nothing. So yeah, this is why I'm like literally banging my head against the wall to figure this one out, but I never could, and it's just I'm kind of stuck with the technology I'm using. So till I get myself a new capture card, this is currently what I can do. But it works, so I'm not complaining. It's just I have to go a roundabout way, and I keep forgetting. It's on me too, because I keep forgetting to actually do the small little process of starting up the capture card to work properly after the stream. It's just I don't normally expect myself to go gaming afterwards. Sometimes after the podcast, I'm just like, I'm just gonna go chill. I'm gonna go work on stuff. I want to get to work on some things, and some of the things I want to get to work on are finishing games too. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do now. Tomorrow I'll probably work on model stuff, and yeah. But anyways, as I said, we'll go ahead and just end the stream right now. It's gonna be a temporary restart. I'm just going to jumpstart the stream so the capture card works, and now I'll be right back. So those of you who are sticking around, I hope you enjoy some Another Crab Treasure. Those who were there for the podcast, please continue to enjoy. You can always catch it live here on Sundays around 6 p.m. Or you can catch it afterwards on Jelly's YouTube channel. And yeah, see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna go sneeze my brains out too.